Hiya and welcome to Green Herb Gaming, where I now celebrate the 25th anniversary of Doom. In this live stream of Doom, I will be trying to complete yet another annoying map. So sit back, relax and, as always, more importantly, enjoy the live stream. A massive shout out to Prochronics, Vlogz, Chad Middleton, Aidan Denniston, Milkman the Gamer, Damien and Alan Sewell, Animation Time and Sonic Studio. Please check out our content and subscribe to those lovely people. So we'll get the live stream officially started now. Gameplay. Okay, I think the last time I played, I found the blue key card and I was looking for the blue door. And I forget that there was a suit that I found as well, a body suit, which allowed me to travel across the lava safely. So the challenging thing about this live stream is going to be remembering what I did in the last live stream. That's going to be the challenge. So I'll just get the live chat up on my phone. You know, I always have my live chat on my phone just in case the live chat doesn't appear on the PS4. Because sometimes the PS4 malfunctions. It's telling me that I have a viewer right now on my PS4, so that's good. Hello viewer, welcome to the live stream. As always, 25th anniversary of Doom, and now it's telling me that I have no viewer. Lovely. Alright. It was short-lived. So yeah, as I was saying, the challenge of this live stream is going to be remembering what I was doing in the last live stream. There's a suit somewhere, I just forget where it is. Yeah, maybe it's up. I don't know. I'm sticking to my strategy. I know my strategy. I remember my strategy from the last live stream, which was to not pay too much attention to the enemies right now. I just want to figure out where I need to be going. You know, the enemies can just, the gobstrays can just take. They can take a hike. Oh, there it is. I see it. Too bad my health is. I'm dead. Oh. Where was that suit? There it is. So I think I managed to find the blue key card. I think I found it. What the hell? I just took damage. So there's the... No, that's not a key. Why am I taking damage? Strange. You know, I actually don't know. I actually can't remember if I actually found the key card. Oh no, I found the door, but not the key card. Why am I taking damage? Strange. So the challenge in this live stream is to find the actual... Jesus, that's what's causing me damage. Okay. No, I'll go away. These enemies are just completely relentless. You know, I gotta stop calling them enemies and start calling them gobstrays again. That's my thing. That's a Green Herb Gaming original. That's what I'm calling. What I'm calling the demons in this game. I got inspiration from a very funny and entertaining YouTuber called, I just forgot his name, Dashi Games. Dashi something. He's a very funny YouTuber with just hilarious reactions. I came across him, he plays Super Mario Maker, and he's just really funny. And he calls everything shits. Like everything shits. Just the way he says it. So I came up with gobshites. That's a real Irish thing. So I just call all the demons gobshites. So that's that. Okay, so I know where the blue door is. I just need to find the key card. So I'm gonna have to kill some gobshites here because if I didn't, they're gonna kill me. Like there's no way I can really avoid these gobshites here. And hello to my viewer. Welcome to the live stream. It is great to have you. Hope you enjoy. Yes, there's nothing else. Really cause so much damage, these flying skulls. I still haven't figured out how to activate this area. There's lots of items way up on top of these like pedestals, and I have no idea how to activate it. It's so annoying. So yeah, there's a reason why I called this map annoying, and this is the reason why. I've played a lot of annoying maps in this game so far. I like it though. As annoying as these maps are, I like it. This is my first time experiencing Doom. You know, I spoke about that a lot of times with my live streams of Doom. Like there's a lot of people who are like celebrating the 25th anniversary of Doom, and they're celebrating nostalgia. They're remembering all the great times that played this game. But for me, I'm experiencing this for the first time. So as annoying as it is, it's also pretty cool. I'm just trying to think where that blue key card could be. Is there any area that I haven't really been to, I haven't really explored? Okay, let me try to load this. Try going down there along that line. I just want to ignore a stone and below it. And apparently I've lost my viewer. Sometimes I'm very observant of my viewers. You know, viewers who join, viewers who leave. Other times I don't really care. Tonight I'm like keep looking at the viewers. Don't want to leave that area yet. Come on. Keeps pushing me into the border. Jesus Christ. I don't think I need to be there, to be honest. Yeah, there's nothing else there. Alright. Really, that area is across a map yet that has so many gobshites in it in such a contained space. You know what? I think that's definitely a torch there. That's a blue torch area there. I keep thinking it's a blue torch. Oh really? They're so easy, aren't they? Maybe have I got a gap in there? I do. I just want to blow them all away, they're so annoying. Trying my best for entertainment purposes, the interest of my viewers, not to get too frustrated playing this map, but I swear to God, it's a lot easier said than done. Those flying skulls, I would have to say, are hands down the most annoying gobshites in the game. I'm gonna see if there's a blue keycard lurking around here somewhere. hidden in the depths of this map. Well, it's there somewhere. It is there. It's, you know what I mean? It's just a matter of... Oh, look at this fucker laughing at me. I'm not been laughing for long. Laughing at that bitch. Oh god, he's back. He brought his friend. That blue torch there, I thought that was actually the blue torch. But it's not. I'm kind of managing my frustration, to be honest. Glad. Well, what's over here? That area there. Oh, come in that area. I just want to focus on finding out where to go. So I didn't mean to concentrate on the live stream, I meant to concentrate like referring to the endings in the game. It's kind of funny question. Where could it be? So annoying because I don't know. There's no point me wasting shotgun shells and ammo on gobshites that I don't really need to. I just want to find that blue keycard. Like, the blue keycard is not going to appear after I kill a certain amount of enemies, like, so there's no point in me focusing on it. Okay, I'm going to get this suit again and just see. Maybe there's something around the corner somewhere. I'm pretty sure I checked every area of the map, but you know, you can never be too sure. Another suit up here. I don't think I've checked this area. Okay, but that's a weird blue fucking head. Oh, blue head. The door is here. Well, I don't have the key card. You need a blue key to open the door. It's actually not a key card. I keep calling it a key card because I'm so used to the other levels and maps in the game, but it's actually a blue skull. It's same thing, same difference. I need to think of this logically. You know, I need to have a logical think about this. It is there. That's the one thing I know. I like to say that always helps me when I'm stuck in the game. Like, blue keycard is technically there. You know what I mean? There's some kind of religious debate on whether God is real or not. Like, you know, this keycard is real. It exists. It's in the game. There's no ifs or buts about it. You know, so as hard as it is for me to find it, you know, it is there. It needs to be found. I'm thinking there must be an area I've overlooked. An area I haven't even seen, maybe. I find hard to believe because I've really been every square inch of this map. I just suddenly fled with these gunshots right now. I need to waste ammo. I know I'm probably taking damage from them, but what this area did we go back in there again? Imagine how frustrated people were back in the day playing this game. Jesus Christ. This would have been like the Dark Souls, or would I have been like the Dark Souls? I'm sure a lot of people would have been frustrated playing this game, so it is. Now I get to experience that frustration for the first time. It's crazy. It's only the third episode the other day. There's a fourth episode as well. I don't know. It's pretty nobody's in the light. Well, it's funny, my phone is telling me that there's one person in the live stream. Don't be shy, wherever you are. I don't bite. That's what you do. But yeah, my phone is telling me there's one person watching the live stream. My PS4 is telling me nobody's watching the live stream. I don't know what to believe anymore. Story of my life. But yeah, my streams like quite funny. Like I don't really have, and I like that about my streams. I like how raw my streams are. If you know what I mean, it's real. What you see is what you get. So sometimes my live streams can be buzzing or lit, whatever you want to say. Live chat could be flowing away, like you know, it could be like 4 or 5 people in live chat just yapping away. Other times it's just what it is. It's you know, like really quiet. But I'm not one of those people who kind of gets bothered by that. You know, my live streams are what they are. You know, I don't have how can I say, I don't have a schedule. I don't have I don't know how to put it. Like I mean, I've always been on YouTube. I've been on YouTube before I even started to live stream my games. But when I decided to, like, I suppose, like, dedicate my YouTube channel to the gaming, to live streaming those games, it's all about, I see somebody in the right chat, and it is the one, it is the only, it is Victor. Welcome to the live stream, Victor. It is great to have you, man. Actually, so great to have you, because I was just talking about how my live chat was feeling a bit lonely, how the live stream was feeling a bit lonely. And then you came along, Victor, and it is great to have you. So, welcome. And how are you keeping, Victor? I hope all is well. So as you can see, man, I am still celebrating the 25th anniversary of Doom. I'll continue to celebrate the 25th anniversary of Doom up until the release of Doom Eternal. It's going to be interesting because I'm going to be getting Doom Eternal on the Nintendo Switch. So I won't be able to live stream Doom Eternal in this sense. But I might be able to record a couple of videos on my phone, because unfortunately Nintendo doesn't have streaming technology yet, at least anyway. So yeah, that was a long explanation. So yeah, celebrating the anniversary of Doom. So yeah, man, good to have you, Victor. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. So right now, Victor, I am looking for a blue keycard. If you've played this game before, Victor, if you know this game inside and out, that would be so cool. If you do know the location of the blue keycard, feel free to let me know in the live chat. If not, it's all cool. It would be so cool, because I'd be able to put an end to this fairly annoying map. I always seem to have, every now and again there's a very annoying map. So, some live streams of Doom I can go through 2, 3, 4 maps at perfect ease, just no problem whatsoever. Other times then I could be like stumped for like 3 or 4 live streams like I am now. So yeah, I'm looking for the blue keycard. I think it has to be up here. I haven't looked properly to see if there's a chainsaw up there. You see that? I can see what it looks like to be small health and rocket there. And there's something in here as well, which could be the blue keycard. I don't know. So yeah, it's a very annoying map. I'm trying to complete it. Trying being the main word. This area. This is an area I believe. This is an area that I have been to. I have been there, but maybe there's something hidden there. You know, this game is all about hidden locations. Unfortunately, this area does not have a blue keycard in it. So yeah, I was talking earlier about my live streams. They're raw. They are what you get. I don't pretend to be anybody else. I don't can't guarantee that my live streams are going to be full of viewers, full of chats. I can't guarantee nothing in my live streams other than me sharing my passion of video games with the whole world. And, for the last couple of weeks I've been, celebrating the 25th anniversary of Doom. That's what I can promise. Other than that, I can't really promise anything else. I'm not PewDiePie. I don't have 14 million subs. You know what I mean? I can't guarantee that my live streams are going to be full of chat and full of banter. I can't guarantee that, and there's no real consistency in my live streams. They're not predictable, which is great. I like the fact that my live streams are not predictable. I like the fact that it's kind of like slightly different every time. Like, I could have very quiet live streams where not many people are in it. I could have live streams where a lot of people are in it. There's times where a lot of drama are in my live streams, which is quite fun sometimes. I could have live streams where nothing really happens. It's what it is. It's like it's like what there's a Forrest Gump said, laugh is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. Well, that's like my live stream. You never know what you're gonna get. So just wanted to say that. I don't think anybody should really let go of this skeptical. Everybody's on YouTube for different reasons. I don't know. I'm not going to necessarily say anything else. Other than, sit back, relax, and enjoy. But I'm on YouTube to share my passion on video games. Whether there's one person watching, or 10 people watching, or 1,000 people watching, to be honest, as long as I get to do what I set out to do, blue key card. Where after? It's all bloody annoying, like, to be honest. The only way to do this is there's positives and negatives about doing live streams. If I was playing this game in my own time, if there wasn't live streaming this game, I probably would be a lot more focused on the game, because I wouldn't be thinking about like, I look at the top right hand corner of the screen on air. It's like I am on air. Like, I was gonna say it's like being on radio or being on TV, but it's the exact same. Like, I'm on air right now, like, you know what I mean? So you're conscious of that. You're conscious of what you're saying. You're conscious that that you want to be entertaining, that you want to engage people. You're conscious of all of that. At the same time you're trying to play a game, so there's not happening. That's why I can't do a party chat when I'm actually doing a live stream, because that adds even more multitasking. Like, it's one thing trying to do a live stream and play this game at the same time, but trying to do something else on top of it, it just makes it even more frustrating, to be honest. Do you play PUBG? I don't, Victor. No. I don't. I'm not really a fan of those games, to be honest, Victor. I'm not really a fan of the whole battle royale thing. Not really my cup of tea, or coffee, or hot chocolate, or any cup of anything for that matter. Just not really a fan. It's just like other games. I just don't like that type of genre. It's just, the short answer to that question is no, I don't. Card. Okay, look, this has to be something here. This has to be a switch or something hidden. desperately trying to keep this stream somewhat entertaining, somewhat engaging, somewhat interactive, somewhat fun. It's hard because I'm stuck in this map. And you've been seeing the same content for the last 25 minutes. I'm aware of that. So it's probably not going to be that long of a stream. I've done doing live streams that go on for like close to 2 hours, sometimes even over 2 hours. Like something tells me this live stream is not going to be any longer than 60 minutes because I just don't seem to be able to find that good detail. And I don't think anybody wants to see same content for an hour. Really. Yeah, I'm actually stuck. I'm not. The only way to get out of here is to so I guess anyone is wondering why I'm not actually fighting those gobshites is because I don't want to and I don't need to. Because right now all I need to do is to find that blue key cap. If I decide to shoot those gobshites, I lose ammo, and I could even end up taking damage as well. There's no point really. So yeah, it's 26 minutes and I've been running around in circles. I've been running around in circles. This is great. So okay, I'm going to try to keep this live stream interactive. Okay, Victor, what is your favourite game of all time? Just a random question, just want to keep this stream interactive. I want you to be engaged. I don't want you to be watching me doing the same thing over and over again for 30 minutes and you just sitting there, you know. I want to engage with you as my viewer, as my sub, you know, because I appreciate you being on my live stream. You know, after all, you did subscribe to my channel. You do give my videos likes, and you're on my live stream right now, so you're here, and I want to acknowledge that. So I'm going to try to keep, you know, the live stream interactive. So once again, Victor, what is your favorite video game of all time? I'll give you some time to think about that one. Mine keeps changing, to be honest. My favorite video game of all time just keeps changing. I don't know, it goes from Resident Evil to Super Mario 64 and Animal Crossing. That's definitely my top 3, and even that changes. I'm just so, I'm not the kind of person that can just, how can I put it? I can't just make it as black and white as that. I can't just answer, like someone says to watch a favorite video game of all time. I can't actually answer that. So it keeps changing. There's so many games I've played over the years, so many consoles, different types of games that mean different types of things, and just completely different types of games that mean completely different things. And yeah, it's just crazy. Sorry, I'm not understanding your language. No problem, Victor. Okay, let me try again. Okay, so I'm going to ask the question again, and then I'm going to like rephrase the question, so maybe it will help. So what I am asking Victor is, what is your favorite video game of all time? So what game do you like? What game do you most like? What game do you like to play the most? So I don't know. Maybe I could type it in the live chat. Will I type it in the live chat? I will. I'll type it in the live chat just because that might be a little bit easier. Because to be honest with you, there's times I can't even understand my own language half the time, so I don't completely understand that side of things. So what is your oh shit, sorry, I mistyped. Oh god, this is going to be even more. Sorry Victor, take no notice of that. What is, my phone is completely shit. What is your favorite? I'm going to leave that there actually, live chat, because that can be for anybody who joins the live stream. Just going to keep things a bit interactive. And I keep forgetting. I remember I started this around the time that I was live streaming Spyro Reignite Trilogy. I started realising, God, like I need to keep my live streams interactive, you know, especially when there's, you know, there's more than one person on the live stream. So I don't want it to be about me. I don't want it to be about, here's me playing this game. Like, I want it to be about people who are actually watching your live stream. Not to distract them. Obviously, like, I want it, like, obviously, like, me playing the game is probably the centerpiece of entertainment. But at the same time, there's people watching, there's people, you know, there. So I kind of want to just, basically, like, I want to engage with it's definitely not a key card. This live stream is definitely going to be under 60 minutes. There is absolutely no progression. I like video games, Battle Royale. Oh, you like Battle Royale video games? That's cool, man. So you like games like Fortnite and PUBG? Absolutely no idea where that would be. Actually, give me just 5 minutes, I'll be right back. I'm going to put in the chat, be right back. Johnny. I'm back. Sorry about that. Nature calls, as they say. Are you there? I am back. I am back. Chad Middleton. Chad Middleton is back. That's who's back. Welcome back, Chad Middleton. It's been a while since I've spoken to you, Chad. How are you keeping? Welcome to the live stream. Really great to have you. So yeah, Victor, I am back, and Chad is back. We're all back. We're all back, and I'm back playing Doom. So I'm still looking for Back in Black. So what's happening here right now is I'm looking for a blue key card. Well, technically it's actually a blue skull, but it's the same difference. To open a blue door. That's good, man. Glad to hear it. And it really is great to have you back on Green Herb Gaming. And I hope you enjoyed the live stream. It's not going to be an extremely long live stream. It's actually going to be quite short because I'm just conscious of, you really don't want to see me playing the same content over and over again for an hour. Shovel Knight Dig, yeah man, I've seen that earlier today. It's really cool. It's a nice little surprise announcement. Well, they did say they were working on that they were going to announce something new, but it's probably surprising. I like it. It's a completely different type of like Shovel Knight experience. He's always been kind of like digging, like Shovel Knight has always had his shovel and he was always digging with it, but the fact that the game is completely built around like digging, it's interesting. Yeah. I have absolutely no idea where this blue key card can be. Chad, what do you think about the Dragon Quest 11 demo on Nintendo Switch? 10 hours of gameplay. For me, it's actually longer. I've been playing that demo for the last 11 hours. 11 hours in a demo. That's absolutely crazy. I mean, I was shocked. Like, I knew there was a demo for the game. So I downloaded it last week, played a bit of it, and I'm just getting further and further into the game, and it kept going. It kept going. I was like, what the hell is going on here? And then I eventually found out online that this was an extremely long demo, 10 hours long. You can carry over your save data. It's insane. I've been playing it. I've been playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And Friday the 13th. That's a nice mix of games right there, Chad. I love it. Dragon Quest 11, Yu-Gi-Oh! And Friday the 13th. I think what that is there, Chad, it just sums up just how diverse the Nintendo Switch platform actually is. There's a game there for everyone. No matter who you are, no matter what you are, like, no matter what your preference is. Like, if you are a Switch owner, you're going to be a happy gamer. There's no denying that. Like, I've been playing a lot of that Dragon Quest 11 demo, and it's just so cool that you can continue your save data in the full version of the game. 59. Damn, does it take a while to level up? That's a very high number. Like, to put things in the context, I'm actually level 14 in Dragon Quest 11 demo. I think it's so cool that you can continue your save data in the full version of the game. Like, I was watching a video actually on YouTube talking about that this should be the future now. It should be every RPG game like this should have a demo like Dragon Quest 11 on Switch, because it's great for Square Enix, because it's free. Like, it's a free demo. It's not going to cost you anything. People are going to experience the first 10 hours of this game, okay? And if they like it, they want to find out what happens next. they're already put 10 hours into the game. You know, so it's going to encourage them to go out and buy it. It's definitely going to, like, this YouTube video is saying that, and it was saying as well that it's going to actually get more sales of the game. Like, definitely, hands down, this is going to get more sales of the game. Like, if it didn't have a demo, it would just come down to whether people like the game or not, you know. But now it's going to come down. Like, now it's also going to come down to the fact that, like, people who play the demo are going to say, "Whoa, this is a really cool game. I want to find out what happens next," you know. Aladdin and Lion King remake and Mega Man Zero X. Yeah, man, there's been a lot of gaming news. A lot of gaming news in the last day or two, but that's great news, the Aladdin and Lion King. I actually found that out today. Actually yesterday. No, it was today. It was early this morning. I actually have both those games. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think I have the Lion King on Super Nintendo. I think. And I have Aladdin and Sega Mega Drive, or else it's mixed up, or else they're both on the Sega Mega Drive. I actually have no idea. I have no idea. It's one or the other anyway. I have Aladdin and Lion King, I just can't honestly remember which versions I have. But it sounds like a really crazy remaster. It comes with so many different modes. But apparently Aladdin is only going to be the Sega Mega Drive version. I'm confident that's the version I have. Yeah, I think I have the Super Nintendo version of Lion King and the Sega Mega Drive version of Aladdin. I'll have to confirm that in the next live stream, but it's great to see that those games are going to be good. I always remember Aladdin is the one game I remember playing. I don't think I remember playing the Lion King as a kid, but I definitely remember playing Aladdin as a kid on Sega Mega Drive. So I'm looking forward now to that game being remastered. What else is happening in the world of it? Well, yeah, a big leak, a massive leak actually. It's I'm going to be a bit sarcastic here now. Well, actually I'm being serious at the same time, but it's another big leak of a big Switch game that I have absolutely no interest in, and that will be Overwatch. This Nintendo Switch case has appeared on Amazon, and it's not just any Nintendo Switch case, it's an Overwatch Switch case. Officially licensed by Nintendo and Blizzard. Overwatch. Yeah, and it's a huge game. It's a huge game. It's a AAA game, huge third-party game, and I just have absolutely no interest in that game whatsoever. It's a bit like when The Witcher 3 got announced for Switch. Like, even when it was rumoured, I was like, eh. It got confirmed, I was like, eh. Like, even seeing footage of the game, it does look amazing on Nintendo Switch. Like, there's no denying that, like, you know. But I just don't care. I have no interest in The Witcher 3 or Overwatch. It's just not a game that screams buy me. You know, I understand it's a big game, there's a lot of people like it, but unfortunately, I'm not one of those people. You know, like, I'm sure there's a lot of Fortnite fans out there, you know. And if I said to them, hey, you know, have you heard of a game called Doom? And they'd be like, meh. Well, I'm the same when it comes to Overwatch and The Witcher 3, you know, it's just meh. You know, that's my reaction. But yeah, I mean, I would have loved if it was Resident Evil 7 or Resident Evil 2, you know, come with the Switch, you know, that would make me happy. But Overwatch, you know, doesn't really do anything for me. But it is great to see the Switch getting that kind of support. It's more or less confirmed, like, it's more or less confirmed. It just needs to be officially confirmed now, because you know, you're not gonna. I heard a lot of people saying this, like, you're not gonna have a Switch case without the actual game. You know, wouldn't make sense. Astral Chain Refuge. That's another game that I have no interest in. That's a game that's getting so much hype. I've seen gameplay of this game. Like, don't get me wrong, I've seen gameplay. Like, I'm not one of those people who will what's the word for it? Who will what's the word for it? I'm not bashing it, but there's a word. Like, I'm not gonna say no to a game that I haven't seen, you know. But I have seen this game, and it just doesn't do anything for me. You know, for a game that seems to be for a game that is so hyped and that everyone is talking about, and I hear people even saying that it could be Game of the Year contender, I'm like, I just don't see that. Like, what are these people seeing that I'm not seeing? You know, that's what I want to know. What is it that they're seeing that I'm not seeing? Like, there's some platinum games. Yeah, I played Bayonetta 1 and 2. Okay? I've played the Wonderful 101, and I've seen gameplay of Metal Gear Rising. And those are games that are like, that I can understand. Like after playing Bayonetta and after playing Wonderful 101, I get those games and I get how those games work. Even seeing those games, the Astral Chain just doesn't seem to. I'll talk more about it in a few seconds. Final Fantasy 8 and Spiral Collection next. I mean, both releasing on the same day. Jesus Christ. But I'm definitely getting the Spiral Rebuild Trilogy. I've been thinking about it earlier. And it all became real. Like, you know, because this has been one hell of a journey for me as a Spyro the Dragon fan. I grew up with this game on the original PlayStation 1 as a 10-year-old kid. Instantly fell in love with the Spyro the Dragon trilogy. In fact, the trilogy is the only Spyro games in existence, as far as I'm concerned. Love Spyro the Dragon. Obviously, after the trilogy, Spyro was dead, basically, in my mind. So from there, I have waited and waited and waited for Spyro the Dragon to return in his true form. Fortnite, Borderlands crossover event. That's pretty interesting, I would say. Pretty interesting. I have no interest in Fortnite. Borderlands is a fun game, but interesting. Interesting chat. I love how you deliver that news. I just love it. You are the news reporter of Greenham Gaming. I love it. Keep it up. Keep it up. But Spyro the Dragon. So when I heard the rumours for the Dragon remaster, oh my god, please be sure. And I remember those Easter eggs that showed up in IGN's office and everything. And then it happened, the announcement, the trailer, and I'm looking back, an official trailer, Spyro the Dragon, Reignite Trilogy. I was like, oh my god, it's real, it's happening. Actually happening. I get to play Spyro the Dragon again. Holy shit. It became real, and as I said, it was a journey, like, you know, over 15 years in the making for me, you know, all the way back to Spyro the Dragon 3 on PS1. You know, I've wanted Spyro the Dragon to return. And when that game got announced, Spyro the Dragon Reignited Trilogy, one of the platforms to this game that got announced on was actually Switch. But it got quickly taken down on the Nintendo UK store, which was really strange and really annoying. So the Switch version just kind of disappeared. There was no mention of the Switch version. It just came up on PS4 and Xbox One. So I bought it on PS4, loved it, live streamed it. It's still, even though I played it for over a year and I completed the original 100%, it still hasn't sunk in. That's why the Dragon is back. And now that it's officially confirmed the Switch and it's releasing next week, it's all becoming real now, you know. The fact that I get to play Spyro, I'm going to play Spyro the Dragon 3 because I completed Spyro the Dragon 1 already. So, and plus Spyro the Dragon 3 is the Spyro the Dragon game that I play the most, so I'm looking forward to that more. But the reality now of being able to play Spyro the Dragon 3 remastered in the palm of my hands anywhere is just, it's becoming so real now. I love it. So that's the best, you know, to me that's my September. You know, people talk about Astral Chain and the other game that's releasing in September. For me, it's Spyro the Dragon Reignited Trilogy. It's something I've wanted for so long. The last time I played a handheld Spyro the Dragon game was Spyro Seasons of Ice or Seasons of Fire. It was one of those games on the Game Boy Advance. That's how long it's been, and obviously technology has advanced so much since then. So yeah, that's a long discussion about Spyro the Dragon. But as far as Final Fantasy 8 as well, I'll be getting that. I mean, it's interesting. It's interesting. It's not a full-on remake like Spyro the Dragon. Well, actually, sorry, Spyro the Dragon is not really a remake; it's a remaster. But it's safe to say that if you put Spyro the Dragon, they're both PS1 games, bear that in mind. Both PS1 games, Spyro the Dragon 1, 2, and 3, and Final Fantasy 8 are both PS1 games. But it's safe to say that if you put Spyro the Dragon Retail Trilogy beside the so-called remasters of Final Fantasy 7, 8, and 9, I think you'll agree that. I thought I found something secret here. I think you'll agree that Spyro the Dragon Retail Trilogy feels like more of a remake than Final Fantasy 7, 8, and 9. But I will get it. I'm just not really as buzzed for that as I am for Spyro the Dragon Reignite Trilogy. But I will be getting Final Fantasy 8. I might actually get it on PS4 and stream it. Balance it out, you know. Or the one I can't because I'm celebrating Doom. I've committed myself to celebrating Doom, you see, so it's an interesting one. But I'll still get it and stream it a bit at some stage. But yeah, sorry, I'm after really lingering off there now. All the great games that are releasing in September, it's crazy. 2 games I'm definitely getting that I decided. I've already actually pre-purchased this game, is The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. 100%. It's got, I bought it now, it's pre-ordered, it's ready to be played and everything. I actually got that with one of the Nintendo Switch online vouchers, which they make a lot of sense, but when Nintendo try to explain them, they sound quite complicated. And it's very simple really. You basically pay €99, I'm pretty sure it's the same in dollars, for a pair of Nintendo Switch online vouchers, and you can use those vouchers to basically buy Nintendo Switch games on the eShop. So I use one of my vouchers to get The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening, which is priced as €59.99 on the eShop, and that's also the same price in retail. I even checked online. And I'm pretty much decided now after playing it so long, I'm going to use the other voucher to buy Dragon Quest XI, which is also $59.99. Now if you add that up, it's basically €120 for both those games. But I didn't pay €120. I only paid €99 because you paid €99 for those 2 vouchers. So when you think of it from the point of view of that you're actually getting those games with the vouchers, it makes it easier. So you kind of forget about the €99, forget about the fact that because if you think about that, you're thinking, oh well, that's the same thing as me just taking €99 out of my credit card to get 2 games, but you're actually not, because if you were taking money out of the credit card to buy 2 games off the eShop, you pay €120. So you're basically getting 2 vouchers that cost €99 to buy games. It's easy, the less you overcomplicate it. So those are 2 games that I'm definitely getting in September. Dragon Quest XI and Link's Awakening, 100%. Astral Chain, I saw the game enough. It just doesn't, it's just not Bayonetta. It's not Bayonetta. It's not the Wonderful 101. It just doesn't appeal to me. There's just something about it. I mean, I've heard people saying the Legend of Zelda doesn't appeal to them. And you know what? I commend their honesty, if you know what I mean. I commend the fact that they're true to themselves and saying that. But look, some games just don't appeal to people. No matter how popular they are, no matter how well perceived they are, no matter how well they get reviewed, no matter whether they win game or they are, some games just don't appeal to people. It's just as simple as that, really. Astral Chain, right now anyway, at least, doesn't appeal to me. Maybe if I saw more gameplay along the line, I'd probably say, oh, well, hold on a second, actually, this game looks cool, or something like that, you know. But right now, Astral Chain is not on my radar. Damien Ex Machina, also, I played the demo, and to be honest with you, I think it's quite competitive, to be honest with you. there's so many games on Switch I have to really be very careful about. Like, I don't want to buy every game, and I certainly don't want to buy a game just because it's on Switch. That's the one thing that I'm very adamant on. The final trailer for the Joker just released today. I seen it and it looks amazing. I love it. I was actually made more aware of this movie from my buddy Damien Sewell, who I want to give a shout out to right now. Shout out to Damien Sewell. Subscribe to him. He told me more about that movie, because I'm not really a comic guy. I'm not really a guy that watches a whole lot of comic book movies. So like when there was an announcement of a new Joker movie, I didn't really care, to be honest. But when my buddy told me about it, it just really seemed interesting. The first thing that interested me was the fact that it was an origin story. The second thing that interested me was the fact that it's actually not there in the comics, so you don't really have to be a comic book guy to kind of enjoy this. And I think the third and main thing that interested me was the overall story. The story of this normal human being character like you and me, who is basically broken by a fucked up society that we now live in. A society where you're not out to be a bad guy, simply making a child laugh. You know, because I've seen the trailer, and there's a part in the trailer where he's basically in the bus on a plane, and he's making this child laugh, and the mother turns around and says, "Sorry, can you leave my child alone?" You know, so that kind of, those kind of, you know, that kind of society that we now live in. You know, where you're a bad guy to being a good guy. Do you know what I mean? That's a nice quote, isn't it? But yeah, I've seen the movie, or the trailer, seen the movie, the one, like, seen the trailer, and it looks very, very good. Very, very good. And you don't have to be a comic book guy to be into it. You know, when there's like new Marvel Avengers movie coming out, like you kind of have to know who's who, and you kind of have to know what's happening, and you kind of have to know why they're doing it. Whereas Joker, man, you don't even have to be a fan of the Joker to like this. It's just really interesting. It's interesting if you go into it from the point of view of you want to watch a good movie, you want to watch a good story, watch the Joker. You know, it's an origin story, but they did their own thing that's different, and I like the fact that it's different from the other Jokers. You know, they didn't spoil the movie either. But thankfully, I hope they didn't spoil the movie anyway. I wouldn't want to watch a movie that's been spoiled. I've also seen the trailer for It as well. I gotta say, I'd probably be more inclined to watch the Joker than It, though. I kind of like, I don't know. I think It is more of a pop culture type kind of thing, where it's like, well, everyone is talking about it, so we gotta watch it. I don't know how to put it into words. There's a lot of entertainment like that. It's in video games, it's in music, it's in movies, it's in books. It's the latest movie and everyone is talking about it and you gotta watch it, you know, and it's like, it's just, I don't know. He's a killer clown. You know, you know what I mean? It's like, okay, he's a killer clown. I don't know how to put it, but I think if I had a choice to watch It and Joker, it would definitely be Joker. I love origin stories because it just makes it easy for me, because I don't have to worry about like backtracking on the story. So yeah. I also heard more information about the Resident Evil reboots, actually I should say, because apparently there's actually 6 Resident Evil movie reboots planned. Sorry, not 6 Resident Evil reboots, sorry. They're rebooting the Resident Evil movie franchise, and just in that rebooted franchise is what I meant to say. I like the information that's been given. Apparently it's supposed to be super scary. Actually, I shouldn't even use the word apparently. It's confirmed by the actual people involved in this rebooted movie franchise. So they've said that it's going to be super scary, and that it's going to focus on the what they're saying. The like the root of the game, which is survival horror, which is just, that's all you want to hear. That's it right there. That's all you want to hear. You don't need to hear anything else. That's all you want to hear. Super scary, root of the video game, survival horror boom. You don't need to hear anything else. You know. Plus, there really isn't a whole lot of other information yet. It's still pretty early days. However, Mortal Kombat, the Mortal Kombat reboot, does have a little bit more concrete information. A couple of cast has been confirmed. If I can remember correctly, I think Liu Kang has been confirmed. Melina has been confirmed. Raiden, Sonya and Kano have just been recently confirmed. And a couple of other characters as well. And what I like about the Mortal Kombat reboot is the fact that they're actually going full gore. They're going full M-rated. This is not going to be Paul Anderson Resident Evil or Mortal Kombat. This is going to be Mortal Kombat in the way that it was designed to be. Like, you're going to have proper fatalities, and also they have actors that are not exactly like, they're not exactly Hollywood stars. Like, you're not going to have Tom Cruise playing as Johnny Cage. You know, you're not going to have Conor McGregor playing as Johnny Cage either. You're not going to have that type of budget, which is great, because that means that the rest of the budget, that means the majority of the budget is actually going into the production value of the movie, which is great. So you're going to see that special effects, you know, chances are probably put into the fatalities, which is what you want in Mortal Kombat. So yeah, so all eyes on Mortal Kombat and Resident Evil. And can I just pause just for a second? Actually, I know I've only got one viewer, and I much appreciated of that view, Chad. But I want to say something. You know those people who give Paul Anderson a hard time with the Resident Evil movies, and you know how they give like Silent Hill about. Do you know how people just go after video game movies? Oh, that was terrible. That was a terrible movie. I'm sorry, if you want terrible, look no further than Doom Annihilation. That is not even coming to cinema. That's going straight to DVD and Blu-ray, and it's absolutely shocking. It is really shocking. It is absolutely shit, basically. So if you want to talk about a shit video game movie, okay, look no further than Doom Annihilation. For God's sake, I mean, like, these Resident Evil movie franchises, I guarantee you the reboot are going to be good. And so are Resident Evil. I'm starting to get a bit tired of really. Okay, so somewhere in this map there was a blue key card. Where I have absolutely no idea. Okay, so Chad, I'm going to show you basically where I need to. Oh, meow. Meow. Why are you saying meow? I'm a little bit confused. It's like 5 to 1 a.m. in the morning. Chad is meowing at me. Okay. Oh man. The Sonic. Oh yeah. Sorry. It took me a while to get that reference. Sorry. Yeah, even Sonic looks good. I mean, I have to say, Sonic looks good. I mean, at least you're getting Sonic. And like, if you kind of, one of the things I like about Sonic, I think we actually spoke about this actually. It's the Sonic movie, is how Dr. Robotnik plays into the movie. If you stop and think about it, Dr. Robotnik is a human. And he is in the world of Sonic Hedgehog in the video games. So it kind of makes a lot of sense to have it in the real world. You know, it kind of has, you know what I mean? and at the end of the trailer you actually see what looks, and I don't think I've actually heard anybody talking about this. Maybe they were so busy criticising the movie to talk about it, but it looks like you're actually in the mushroom, I don't think it's called Mushroom Zone, it could be called Mushroom Zone, but the levels on Sonic Hedgehog 3, it looks very like that. So you're actually like in the video game world, and Dr. Robotnik looks more Robotnik than you originally did. To be honest with you, I'm actually looking forward to that movie. Like, I think people just like to jump on bandwagons. That's exactly. So I'm tired of saying think. You know, when I have an opinion about things, I always say think. I think this. I think that. I'm going to rephrase that. I don't think. I know. That's my new motto in life. I don't think. I know. Because I've been going around in life thinking things, and surprise, surprise, everything I've thought became a reality. I look around the world, and everything I've ever had an opinion about has become an actual reality. So I don't think anymore. What the hell am I doing? Sorry, my phone is deciding to act by itself. I don't think anymore. I know. That's my motto. It was nice of Jim Carrey to have Sonic. Like, I think the fact that Jim Carrey's in the movie is also a great, positive as well. I know people jump on the I know it has to start somewhere. Obviously not Sega, but whoever is making the Sonic the Hedgehog movie, they revealed Sonic the Hedgehog movie, and obviously somebody typed the comment, "Oh my god, he looks terrible," and then it's a snowball effect. Then another person says it, and another person says it. But let's say 20 people in a row say he looks terrible. What happens then is 20 other people feel they have to agree with that because that's what everyone is saying. So it's just bandwagon mentality where, 20 people are saying Sonic looks bad, well then I guess Sonic looks bad. And they don't have a free will. They don't have the free will to actually decide for themselves, well, does he actually look bad? I'll be honest with you, personally, I know I've actually went on record and I've said on Green Hub Gaming that he looks terrible. But I'll admit, I was jumping on the bandwagon. I was saying, oh well, he looked good. But to be honest with you, it didn't look that bad. Okay, it looked a bit strange. But let me break it there. That's what happens. If you're going to have a Sonic the Hedgehog movie that's in the real world, no matter how you design him, he's going to look strange. Like, we've been playing Sonic the Hedgehog, the video game, for over 20 years. We're used to seeing a pixelated character. Of course he's going to look strange in a movie. You'd be shitting yourself if you didn't, if you thought otherwise. Of course he's going to look strange. But I don't think he looked that bad. I think what happens is, I know what happens. People jump on the bandwagon. They go to the comment section of a trailer. They might go to forums, they go to Twitter, they go to whatever, and they see other people saying stuff, so they have to agree with that mentality. And that's how memes get created. And that's what happens. That's what happens with movies. People jump on bandwagons. They don't think for themselves. They look at a comment and say, in order for me to fit in and be relevant, I better agree with what that person is saying. God, you could apply that. You could apply that to life in general. To be honest with you, but look, we won't go there. But I gotta say, I actually am looking forward to the Sonic movie. It's actually going to be a great year next year. You've got Sonic movie. Well, Mortal Kombat is 2021. I don't know when Resident Evil is coming out, but those are big video game franchises that are getting movies for the first time Like for instance, there's the Mario movie. I don't think that's next year. I think the Mario movie is actually quite a way off. I don't know the exact release date for the Mario movie. But actually, this isn't the first time. Obviously, this isn't the first time we've been in Mario game. I think we all know about the iconic 80s Super Mario. I'm getting tired. Super Mario, the original Super Mario Bros. Movie, which is absolutely diabolical. It's interesting. It's kind of it's diabolical in a nice way. If that makes sense. This game is tiring me out, to be honest. My phone isn't mine, it's on. Sorry. So, how do we go down this road of waffling? How do we get here, Chad? How do we get here? I think we had talked about the Joker movie. Yeah, we did. And then we went from there into the conversation about movies. So, a Sonic movie, a Mario movie, a Resident Evil reboot, franchise, 6 movies planned in that reboot, Mortal Kombat reboot. It's a fun time to be a video gamer. So many movies to look forward to. And outside of video games is the Joker movie, which again isn't. And again, a shout out to Damien Sewell for making me more aware of this movie, because I probably wouldn't have had any interest in that movie if it hadn't been for my buddy Damien Sewell. Shout out to you. If he had explained, to me more about that movie, I probably wouldn't have had any interest in it, because I'm just not really a comic book guy. I definitely don't read comics. I don't really watch a whole lot of comic book movies. So I probably wouldn't have had any interest in it, to be honest. But when he explained to me that it was an origin story and that it was a completely different type of Joker, that it wasn't even based on the comics, when he explained to me that it was about this human being, like animals, broken by society, that hooked me from the start here and that, because I think we can all relate to basically living in a fucked up society where being good makes you the bad guy and being the bad guy makes you good. I think we can all relate to a broken society, basically. And I think the best part, I've seen a few trailers of this movie, and I think the last trailer is the best trailer, to be quite honest with you. And I think the best part in that trailer was the part where he was on that train, or was it a bus, it was on something anyway. Send in the clown. But the part where he was on the train, and there was a kid in front of him, and he was entertaining the kid, making funny faces, and the kid was laughing away, the kid was loving it, and then the parent turns around, please leave my child alone. Like, what did he do wrong? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. But because we live in a broken society, that's the kind of reaction that someone like him will get. And that's just the tip of the iceberg, really. That's not why he became a Joker, obviously. But just overall, a broken society is it's an interesting. It's not your typical. It's not a typical comic book kind of story. Like, there's not really super powery about it. Like, he doesn't, he's not like, he fell into a toxic tank in a top secret research facility in Gotham City. Where his face was deformed and now he has to become the Joker. There's none of this bullshit. I don't want to call it bullshit, but like, I'm not a fan of comic book movies, so that's why I say that. But so I like the fact that it's an origin story that doesn't really have any real connections to the comic books. I think it's going to make for an interesting movie. So, any more video game news for me, Chad? Any breaking news? really wish, to go back to Overwatch, I really wish that I was actually a fan of Overwatch. I really do. Really do. I'm just not. I'm just not, you know. You got punched in the face like that. Comedian. What about comedian? Well, who got punched in the face? Switch light. That's another thing happening. That's actually quite. You know what? Actually, I might just end the gameplay and transition into the end of the stream by having a short conversation. You know, just having a short conversation, basically. So yeah, the Switch Lite, that's releasing next month, isn't it? It's releasing in September, I believe. The interesting thing about Switch Lite is I'm actually shocked. I'm legitimately shocked. I'm actually part of a Facebook, what do they call it? Like a Facebook community page. The music is a bit loud. Sorry about that. Let me just fix that. I hope that's better. I have this. I'm part of this Facebook community page. It's Nintendo Switch Ireland. So it's basically a page where Nintendo Switch owners or people who are interested in Nintendo Switch, particularly in Ireland, can come together and discuss all things Nintendo Switch. Long story short, anyway, the members on that page shocked me. These are people who have a Switch. The large amount of people have the Switch, and they're like, oh, I'm gonna get this. I've pre-ordered this. I've looked online. I've looked at comments, and people who have the current Switch are like, oh, I gotta buy this. The colors are amazing. I'm shocked that people who have a Switch already are getting this. I'm not really. The whole point of the Switch Lite is it's a different type of Nintendo Switch for a different type of player. Like for people who don't have a Switch, like the people who are, you know, going into their video game store, they're thinking about getting the Switch for the first time, and they have a choice. Like they have the current Switch model, which, you know, it's a Switch that you know and love. It's a Switch that you hook up to your TV. It's a Switch that you take with you. And then they have an option for the Nintendo Switch Lite, which is dedicated to handheld gaming. So if you're somebody who doesn't have a Switch and you just want to play your games on the go, then the Switch Lite is for you. And I can understand why people, you know, would buy that. And so that's the selling point of Switch Lite. But I'm actually shocked, Chad, that people who have the Switch are actually interested in the Switch Lite. It's just like, the Switch Lite could be more of a success for Nintendo than they actually think. It's just something really strange. I'm worried about the light drifting. Jesus, like, I mean, if Nintendo hasn't fixed that issue in the Switch Lite, what the fuck are they playing at? Like, if they haven't fixed that. But they're not really Joy-Cons though, so I don't think you're going to have an issue, but they're not really Joy-Cons. The Switch Lite doesn't really have Joy-Cons. They're not really, do you know what I'm saying? They're not Joy-Cons. It's the D-pad and the face buttons are just integrated into the actual console, so you're not actually dealing with, like, for instance, the Switch Lite doesn't even have HD Rumble, so you're basically, what I'm saying to you is you're not actually getting Joy-Cons, so that shouldn't be a problem. I would presume that shouldn't be a problem, no, but yeah, it shocked me the amount of Nintendo Switch owners, like current Nintendo Switch owners, who are actually not only interested in the Nintendo Switch Lite, but have actually pre-ordered and are going to buy the Nintendo Switch Lite. These are people who already own the current model. That's actually really surprising. Like, it's because what are you? I don't understand that. To tell you the truth, it's built like a Pro controller, and 3DS Spawn Wave is going to. That guy likes to open everything up. I would not like to leave my consoles in his house if I knew him. Like, I just, I come back, oh sorry, I forgot my code. Excuse me, what are you doing to my Switch? And he's like, I just couldn't resist. Yeah, he just opens up everything. Sorry, my headset. I'm back. My headset. I hit my headset and it disconnected. But yeah, just let me just check to see if my headset's turned on. Yeah, it is. Chat, can you give me a sound check there? Just let me know if my audio is coming out, please. That would be appreciated. But I'm glad you found that funny. But yeah, that's what he's like. It's like, imagine just like leaving your Switch on his table, you know, and you have to go, and then you're walking down the road, open up the headset. Open up the headset. Oh god. But yeah, like he's just that kind of person where he'll open up everything. But so like, you know me now, Chad. When I talk about things, I'm like a dog with a bone. But like when Nintendo announced the Switch Lite, I kind of like I digested it, the information. I digested it all, and I was like, okay, thanks, Chad. Nice one. I'm glad to hear that. Appreciate that. So I digested the information, and I was like, okay, Johnny, this is a Nintendo Switch dedicated to handheld gaming. So it is for people who primarily play their Nintendo Switch in not that. See, that's the thing. Like people, like here's I don't even know how to put it. I don't know how to put it. But my reaction to the Switch Lite was, this is another option for people who have not bought a Nintendo Switch. They're going to buy the Pokemon version. Oh, I definitely think they're going to buy the Pokemon version. That's the thing. I've heard people saying, oh, I gotta get this because it looks cool, because it's the Pokemon version. It's crazy. But yeah, so when I watched the trailer, the announcement trailer for the Nintendo Switch Lite, my reaction was, this is another option for consumers who do not own a Nintendo Switch. It's an option. So somebody who does not own a Nintendo Switch has the option to buy the complete package, the current Nintendo Switch, the Switch that we know and love, which is a gaming console that can be played on your TV or on the go. The complete package. They can choose that. Or they can choose a dedicated handheld. So if they just want to play their games on the go, then they have the Switch Lite, and they're saving money, and as you pointed out, they're getting sorry, I actually read that wrong. I thought you mentioned battery life there for a second. It's a catchy song for the light. Catchy song for the light. But yeah, so like that was my reaction. It's for people who don't have a Switch. That was my tagline. That was my tagline reaction to the Nintendo Switch Lite. This is for people who don't have a Switch, and this is for people who will choose handheld as their preference, basically. But when I started hearing people who have the current Nintendo Switch model starting to say, I'm going to get this, I was like, what? I was like, because I don't understand that mentality. Like, if you have the current Switch, you can take that Switch with you on the go. In fact, the revised model, like the revised Switch, the revised current Switch, actually has more battery life than all of them. So you can still have dedicated. It's just funny. I don't know. It's Nintendo's stealth way to yeah, it's like Nintendo's way of killing off the 3DS. You're right. But what's amazing is the 3DS is the 3DS. If you know what I mean. Like the 3DS has 3DS games. As in, like, if you have a Switch, you can still play that Switch in handheld. The problem is, if you get a Switch Lite, you can't play it on your TV. So, I suppose what I really try to say is, if you already own a Switch, what possible reason do you need to get a Switch Lite? It just doesn't make much sense to me. There's people that'll buy all the coloured Joy-Cons. Yeah, I guess I suppose you do get people who just buy things, don't you? You just get people who, like, buy it for the sake of plastic. I've got a very interesting story to wrap up this live stream actually in just a few minutes. And this will be the last thing I'll talk about, and then I'll end the live stream. It's very interesting what you just said there, because this ties into what you just said there. Like, there are people who would buy every Joy-Con, all the colours, because they need to. They feel like they have to. So the Switch Lite, yeah, surprises me that people who already own a Switch would be interested in a Switch Lite. It's, again, I can understand the mentality of somebody who does not own a Switch going into their video game retailer and having the option of a complete package Switch, which offers gameplay on your TV and gameplay off your TV, combination of both, the whole selling point of Switch, and the option to have dedicated handheld gaming with the Switch Lite. I completely understand the mentality of somebody who does not own a Switch. They have an option, they have a choice. You know, it's a Switch family of systems basically, which is great. But if you already own a Switch and you've already been playing the Switch in handheld mode on the go, as well as your TV, why would you want to buy the Switch Lite? Again, probably for people who just like the colours, but yeah, it's just a surprise. I think it's going to be a smash hit for Nintendo. I think they're going to be surprised by how many people are actually going to buy this, in my opinion. It seems to be going that way. It really does seem to be going that way. So what else did I want to add to that? That's really all I wanted to say about that, really. A YouTuber I'm subscribed to did a video where he admits he just collects games and doesn't play. I think I know who you're talking about. I think I know it. RTGB. Yeah, I was made aware of that as well. I was actually made aware of that as well, actually, yeah. Pretty strange one. That's a pretty strange one. Now this is a story I'm going to wrap up, and it ties into what RTG does, it ties into what people who buy all those Joy-Cons do. I was talking to somebody there recently, and he has the Sega Mega Drive Mini pre-ordered. He's getting it, he's hyped for it. He was talking to me about it, and I was like, you're hyped and you're excited for a piece of plastic. I said to him. He said, what do you mean? I said, think about it. Oh, okay, I didn't know that. But I said, think about it. I said, every single game in the Sega Mega Drive Mini you have played before, many times, on many platforms over many years. You've played them on the original consoles back in the day. You've probably played them on ROMs. You've played them on Virtual Console, PlayStation Store, Xbox Arcade. You've played them on mobile. You've played them on numerous, and I mean numerous, video game collections, including the latest Mega Drive Classic Collection that comes with 50 Sega Mega Drive games. You've played Sega Ages. You have played these games so many times. I said to him, when you get this piece of plastic and you look at it and you say, wow, look at how small it is, look at how cool it looks. When you get past the visualization process and you actually turn on this piece of plastic, it's the games that matter. But unfortunately, those are the exact same games that you've been playing for years. It's the games. The games is what it's about. So in reality, people who are excited for the Sega Mega Drive Mini as well as the NES and SNES Classic and PlayStation Classic, they're getting excited for a piece of plastic. Just like the Switch Lite. What is the Switch Lite going to, if you have a Switch, what is the Switch Lite going to offer you? It's a bit of plastic, it looks cool, it's colourful, it's nice to look at. But that's what you're getting excited for. You're getting excited for a piece of plastic. Like, at least the SNES Classic had a game that nobody played, Star Fox 2. You know, at least when the NES Classic came out, it was different, because I don't think nobody at the time had all those games in the one place at the one time. But then you had the SNES Classic, and then you had the PlayStation Classic, and now you have the Sega Mega Drive Classic, and it's just getting a bit ridiculous now. It's just getting a bit ridiculous. I mean, Sega are acting like you haven't played these games in 20 fucking years. And that's absolutely hilarious in my opinion. We have played those games numerous times before. For God's sake, Sega, you literally just released a Mega Drive Classic Collection, or whatever the hell it's called, the 50 Sega Mega Drive games. You literally released that. And on the Switch, you get that anywhere, anytime. I can be sitting anywhere, on a train, on a beach, in a park, and I can play 50 Sega Mega Drive games for cheaper than the Sega Mega Drive Mini. And you're going to market this to me as if I haven't played Sonic the Hedgehog in 20 years. I mean, are they joking me? Are they actually joking me? I have played Sonic the Hedgehog on the original Sega Mega Drive when I first played it. I've played it on Sega Classic. I played it on Sonic Classic Collection and GameCube. I've played it on the Virtual Console. I have played it on a mobile phone. I have played it on the 3DS Virtual Console in 3D. 3D, for God's sake. I played it on the Sega Mega Drive. And may I add, there's this Chinese company, AT Games, I think they're called. They have been releasing mini Mega Drives for years. And in fact, you can even put in your own cartridge. So as far as I'm concerned, I actually have a superior system, because this system allows me to actually put in my own cartridges. Like, I know you're going to get people that will say, oh, but it's HD. It's HD. Oh, fuck off. It's HD. I mean, so is Sega Mega Drive Classic Collection. That's HD. And on top of that, you have Sega Ages. It's just, how many times are Sega going to release these games? So the point is, the full stop here is, people who are excited for the Sega Mega Drive Classic, the Sega Mega Drive Mini, people who are, providing those people actually grew up with Sega. Because if you're like somebody who's never played a Sega Mega Drive before, oh my god, go out and buy it. I would highly, like, for anybody who has not actually played a Sega Mega Drive or a Sega Mega Drive game ever before, first of all, I would say, who are you? And what rock have you been living under for the last 20 years? But if there are people who have not played a Sega Mega Drive game, this is perfect for you. It's perfect. This tiny little device that you hook up to your TV, and boom, like, 50 plus games. Oh my god, highly recommend it. Or is it 50 games? I don't even think it is 50 games, to be honest. It's something like that. I don't know. But like, the people who, like myself, like, I mean, I grew up with Sega Mega Drive. I've played a lot of Sega Mega Drive games. Like, they're excited for a piece of plastic. So Chad, before I end the stream, like, what would you say to that? What's your opinion? What's your take on that? I always like to get a bit of feedback, get a bit of feedback into what I say, but like, this is what I think. So what do you think about it, Chad? Sega Mega Drive Mini, behind the plastic, behind, you know, the plastic. What are you getting? What's the experience? What's the selling point? It's the games that you've been playing for many years on many platforms, many times, in all shapes and forms. Like, I was literally like walking down the road. I was crossing the road playing Sonic on my phone. Probably not a safe thing to do, but so look, you know, I mean, I don't know how else to put it, but there's nothing in the Sega Mega Drive Mini that you haven't experienced before. Like, if it was, this is what I think would be absolutely groundbreaking. This would be outstanding. If a company like Nintendo or Sega or Sony decided to actually release a classic console, but to actually have at least five brand new games never seen or played before, using the exact same tech. I'm not talking about Sonic Mania where they make it look like a Sega Mega Drive game, but in reality they're using assets from modern technology. I'm actually talking about, let's say Sega decide, let's say Nintendo announced the N64 Classic. Listen to me very carefully. Chad, he's still there. He's still there, Chad. I want to know if you're still there, because this is going to blow your mind. This is going to blow your mind. This is what would get me excited. And I would say this, and I would very confidently say this is what would get a lot, and I mean a lot of gamers excited. A lot more than a piece of plastic that plays games that you've been playing for the last 20 fucking years over 20 platforms 20,000 times. This is what will excite people. A Nintendo 64 Classic not only has classic games that you've been playing for many years across many systems many times, but it has games like, oh, I don't know, let's say Super Mario 64 2, let's say Mario Kart 64 2, let's say a brand new GoldenEye, let's say No Mercy 2. That would absolutely break the internet. Like, that would be, no, I'm not saying there have to be games that big and on that caliber, but imagine if developers actually made brand new games for that system. That's new, that's innovative, and that's a selling point that will get me straight out there pre-ordering these consoles. But this mentality of, hi there Johnny, we know you haven't played Sonic the Hedgehog in 20 years, so here's a Sega Mega Drive Mini for you. Like, fuck off, Sega. I played Sonic a hell of a lot of times. like Sega, like, don't assume that I haven't played this fucking game in 20 years. Just don't put that flashy fucking trailer out there. And the same goes for Nintendo, and the same goes for PlayStation. The same goes for all these companies who just assume that you haven't played these games in years, when in reality we actually have played those games. So that's the hack that just doesn't interest me with the. I mean, I bought a NES Classic, I bought a SNES Classic, I bought a PlayStation Classic, and I am not buying a Sega Mega Drive Classic, because my NES Classic is gathering dust, my SNES Classic is fucking thrown away in a fucking cupboard somewhere, and my PlayStation Classic is tucked under my TV stand. I haven't went near those things, because every game, it's the games that matter. They look nice. Oh, just look at this mini PlayStation. Oh my god, looks cool. Look at this mini Super Nintendo. Oh my god, looks cool. But when you get over that, when you get over the looks, you know, and you get into the actual games, you realize that you played those games numerous times before. The games are not going to change, okay? They're not going to change. They're great games. They're great games. But like, point is, like when it comes to the PlayStation Classic, I have a shit ton of those games. I have probably 90% of those games in physical form. Like I have GTA, I have Final Fantasy, I have Metal Gear, I have Resident Evil. That's like, well, it's 4, like, and it's 20 games to come with it. But that's still on this. That's a chunk of games that I already own. I don't need to play those games. But if, as I was saying earlier, if these developers actually develop new games for the system, imagine being somebody who grew up playing PlayStation, who grew up playing Nintendo 64, Sega Mega Drive. Imagine all those years later getting a brand new game for that system. I'm not talking about this mentality of let's make a game look like it was released on a Sega Mega Drive, but in reality it has HD textures and HD assets and modern assets. None of that shit. Using the actual hardware, like using actual N64 hardware to make an N64 game. That would sell. That would get people interested. Like, why isn't that happening? And there will be a huge market for that, because I've already seen. I'm just looking at my comments here. Damn, sorry chat, I'm just realising. You're right, the comments aren't showing up on the PS4. This is why I have my live chat ready. There's people that'll buy. John Hancock is crying about not getting a free Sega Mega Drive Mini. There's better clone systems that can play Genesis. I agree with you. I wasn't old enough in the era of the Genesis. I'm just happy to have the collection and ages on the Switch for cheap. Yes, can you see my comments? It's not displayed on the PS3. Sorry Chad, yeah, for the reason the comments aren't showing up on the PS4, this is why I always have my live chat ready on the go. So, sorry about that chat, but just to end it with that, like I really think that would be the next evolution of like a classic console. If apart from getting classic games that you've played and they're back up, the chat decided to appear there. No, that's so strange. So have I missed any viewers, chat? Is there any viewer that just popped in and like said hi and I didn't really say hi back to them? Because that would be probably frustrating. Okay, no. You know me, no chat, I love to talk. And I always kind of go on a bit, but sorry, a bit quiet there. So there's absolutely nothing. There's nothing about the Sega Mega Drive Mini that appeals to me. Nothing whatsoever. Nothing whatsoever. Because it's the games that matter. You don't play with plastic. You don't just like, it's not a toy. Like it's not an ornament. It's not a fucking statue. Like you don't just, oh, look at this cool Sega Mega Drive Mini, I'll put that on my mantelpiece on top of my fireplace and it'll look cool there. No, it's not about that. It's about the games. It's about the games. I can't emphasize that enough. It's about the games. And the reality is, every game, the majority of these games, I have played or I have no interest in. It's either one or the other. Like I played Streets of Rage, Comic Zone, Golden Axe, Sonic, Streets of Rage, etc. I've played all of those games. I love those games, but I've played them so much across so many years on so many systems. Come on, what could I possibly be excited for apart from a piece of plastic? That's the issue I have with these mini consoles. And as you pointed out, Chad, there's better alternatives out there. You know, there's better alternatives out there that actually run these games better and cheaper. And you know, you probably have better websites that have better ROMs as well that run these games, and you can put more. You can have access to more games as well. The point is, if you really want to play a classic game, you can have that game played in seconds. Go to a good ROM website and you're playing it in seconds. In seconds. Why would you want to pre-order a piece of plastic that's going to cost you between 70 and 80 euro? It just, to me, it doesn't appeal. If you're a collector, if you're just a super Sega fan, I'm a Sega fan. I grew up with Sega, but I'm not that much of a Sega fan to actually go out and pay 80 euro for a piece of plastic that plays games that I've been playing for like 20 plus years. It's just insane. But what would set the world alight? What would get people like me attention would be, just imagine it. Just imagine Nintendo announcing Super Mario 64 2. Now I know some people will be like, well, wouldn't it have been better if they had just released it on the Switch with better graphics? Like, you get people like that, but I think after a while, just like how Nintendo always do things differently, people will start looking at it and saying, Jesus, this is actually great, because we're getting a true sequel. How true of a sequel can you get than by going back to that time in gaming? Like, we never got a sequel to Super Mario 64, do you know? But if we had gotten a sequel, this is how it would have looked. So if, like, I'm just using Nintendo as an example here, and I'm just using the non-existent Nintendo 64 Mini as an example, but if they did actually release a Nintendo 64 Mini, and let's say they had 10 classic games and 10 brand new games, now not 10 is stretching it, but it just would be, I know I'm probably reaching for stars here, like I'm trying to fucking reach the moon here, like, you know, I always go above and beyond when it comes to, not predictions, but when it comes to just having ideas for video games. But that would excite me a lot more than your traditional Sega Mega Drive Mini. Now you get to play Sega games again. It's hilarious. I find it more hilarious than anything else. It's just Sega's mentality that I haven't played these games before, but I haven't played like Sonic and Tails Epic Adventures or Comic Zone Revenge of the Comic or fucking some bullshit, I don't know. Like, I haven't played those games, so if there was brand new Sega Mega Drive games, you know, that would excite me. That would be so different. Just imagine the announcements, just imagine people's feedback. The comment section will be on fire. Absolutely on fire, like. And it's not that far-fetched, like, it's not that far-fetched of an idea, because there are actually cases of people who, like, there was one case there where there actually was a brand new Sega Mega Drive game made. It's eventually, I think it's going to be brought to consoles, like other consoles eventually, but there's actually a game that's, I don't know how far it's gotten, but last time I checked it was in a Kickstarter, but you could actually, like, buy the cartridge, the Sega Mega Drive cartridge. I think that there's a lot of cases of people making Dreamcast games. Like, there's been a lot of Dreamcast games made. So it's not unheard of. It's not unheard of for developers to make games on retro consoles. It's not unheard of. And I think even recently there was a Super Nintendo game made as well. So again, it's not unheard of. And I just think that would, like, if there was an N64 Mini, or if there was let's say there was a Sega Dreamcast Mini, or if Sony decided to dip their feet in the water again and release like an updated PlayStation Classic, I think apart from having the games that you know and love in the one place, I just think it would be so cool if they actually developed brand new games on it. At the very least, like unreleased games, like what we got on the SNES Classic with Star Fox 2. So that's pretty much. I was meant to end this about half an hour ago. I'm sorry. I get like this. But speaking of predictions, and speaking of over-the-top predictions, and just how really insane my predictions can get sometimes. I don't know, Chad, if you were aware of the image that Nintendo tweeted out there recently of Mario with toenails. You heard that correctly, Mario with toenails. But that isn't the focus of the image that everyone has been talking about. It's an image of Mario. He appears to be sitting on a beach with like a summer shirt, having a vacation, eating a watermelon. And the tweet said something about Mario having a summer odyssey and saying, I hope everyone enjoyed the sunshine. And that set the internet on fire. Like people were like, Super Mario Sunshine remake, Sunshine port, Sunshine sequel. And I looked at it a little bit differently, because everyone was talking about Sunshine, right? Hardly anybody was talking about the fact that they referenced Odyssey in that tweet. They referenced Odyssey in the same tweet as Sunshine. And it was a brand new render. Now, people were talking about this stuff, the fact that it was a brand new Mario render model. Like they didn't just take a stock kind of image of Mario and slightly alter it. It's a completely different render because he's got toenails. That's why I mentioned toenails. I don't normally talk about Mario's toenails until it has some relevance. But anyway, I came up with an idea. I think it's going to be Super Mario Odyssey Sunshine. Now I know it's kind of a tongue twister if you keep saying it, like Super Mario Sunshine Odyssey or Super Mario Odyssey Sunshine. Yeah, Sunshine. It mightn't be called that, but basically the idea is a sequel to two games at the same time. Nintendo, can you hire me, please? Hire me. I would really be good for your company. Because I've got all these fucking ideas, and I gotta say, I like them. I like my ideas. It's nice to be proud of yourself. I'm proud of my ideas. I really am. I like my ideas. I do. The idea basically is to imagine being able to deliver a sequel to two games into one game to your fans. Imagine how your fans would react to that. Imagine your consumers and your fans reacting. Basically, you're getting a sequel to Super Mario Odyssey and Sunshine. So you're bringing together those two games. The idea basically is a story. Basically, like Mario doesn't really have much of a story, to be quite honest. Like, he doesn't really have much of a story going on. But let's say story, okay? It's a bit like Sunshine and it's a bit like Odyssey. Hence why it's a combination of both. But the idea would basically be that Mario, Peach, Luigi, Toad, the whole fucking family basically decide to go on holiday. Like, we're like, fuck this now. Bowser has been wrecking our fucking heads for the last God knows how long. I can't even take a shit without being kidnapped. Mario, come on, we're getting the fuck out of here. We're going on holiday. So they go on holiday, but they're like, hold on a second, Mario might go blind. Where's the sun? It's a bit dark, isn't it? And basically they realise that Bowser has blocked out the sun. And it's up to Mario to travel the world through many kingdoms to recover shines and bring sunshine back to the world. And if you look at that, you think about that, okay? You collected shines in in Sunshine, and the whole thing about that game was you were basically, over the course of the game, you were bringing back sunshine to the game world. Now I know people would say, oh, but what about the flood? What about Mario's accessory that had water? But I think we can all agree that was fucking annoying as fuck anyway. I think we can all agree that once we were actually playing the classic stages where you were just Mario and you were just focusing on jumping, I think we all liked those stages a lot more than we liked the flood stupid thing. You can still have it, like maybe they can just throw it in there for the sake of it, I don't know. But the core kind of like concept of Sunshine was you were collecting shines and you were bringing sunshine back to the world. So you can, that would be incorporated in the game, but you're also incorporating what made Odyssey such a great game, traveling the world through different kingdoms. So every kingdom would have its own kind of its theme. You know, maybe you could even go back to the final island, kind of where it all began. And maybe they can kind of like, I don't know why you'd be going back there, but Nintendo can do the rest. Nintendo can do the rest. I'm just there to give the idea, and they can just do their magic and make it all happen. But yeah, that's my little idea. The fuck is that? Sorry. I think I just put that. Sorry. It's like 10 to 2 and I'm just here about like Mario theories. Well, not theories, just ideas for games and stuff. I'm gonna make a video about that actually, but I don't know. I feel like if I don't do it now, it'll be too late. I put it up on Facebook and I screenshotted it as well. So, and I left a comment on YouTube. So it's all there. It's archived. So, you know, if my idea does come true, my prediction comes true, you know. Like, did I screenshot it? Let me just check to see if I screenshot it. I know it's quite late. Is anybody watching this live stream? Let me know. I did screenshot it. I know I screenshot it somewhere. Yeah, I kind of did. I originally started off by saying Bowser shattered the sun, but then I realised that it makes a lot more sense if you actually say that he blocked out the sun, because that's kind of what people do. That's what Mr. Burns did in The Simpsons. So maybe they do have to change it up a little bit. Yeah, but that basically would be the idea, the premise of the game. And I think by doing that, you're actually delivering a sequel to both Odyssey and Sunshine in the one game. Like, make it happen. Like, I'm not gonna say, like, I mean, I like to keep things simple. You know, there's no reason why that can't happen. Like, you could get people at Nintendo that was going, that's too much of a project. That's too ambitious. We can't make that happen. Why can't you make that happen? Of course you can make that happen. Like, if you take two strong elements from Odyssey and Sunshine, elements that basically gave those games its flavour. Like, what was one of the big things about Odyssey? You know, apart from the capture mechanic, of course. Like, you were travelling the world, going to different kingdoms. You didn't really get that sense, like, you know, Super Mario 64, okay, you were going to a different painting, and a different painting had a different theme, but you'd still be visiting. Like, the whole idea is Mario was going on a vacation. Like, Mario wasn't really going on a vacation in Odyssey, was it? He kind of had no choice but to travel the world, because he had to power up his fucking hot air balloon so he'd get close enough to the moon so he could save Peach. But the story basically would be that Mario is actually on a vacation, and that was the opening for Super Mario Sunshine as well. So you'd have elements from Sunshine and Odyssey. Odyssey traveling to kingdoms, and you could still have the capture mechanic. You know, they could bring that back. Maybe you could even capture some characters that would have been in Super Mario Sunshine. Like, I'm just one comes to mind, the water spider things comes to mind as well. I think they were in Super Mario 64 as well, but still, if you could control them. So I would, yeah. Again, let Nintendo do all the magic, but the basic idea anyway is Mario having to travel the world through kingdoms to recover shines to bring Sunshine back to the world. So yeah. So if that happens, you heard it here first on Green Herb Gaming. And so I'd love to do for the laugh. If I ever had the opportunity, if I ever had, I'd have to just do a complete fucking one-nighter. Sorry, just basically just an all-nighter, actually. That's what I might say. Imagine just me sitting here just talking for like fucking 7 hours or something. That would be insane. But it ain't gonna be tonight. But in this 2 hours, I actually originally set out that I wasn't going to have a long stream, and here I am looking back at 2 hours and 12 minutes. Well, the gameplay wasn't that long. The reason I stopped at the gameplay was because it was the same thing over and over again. Couldn't find that blue keycard anywhere. Found the blue door, just not the keycard. It's just frustrating. Tired now. But yeah, so on this live stream you got to see me play a very annoying, one of many annoying maps in this game. Unfortunately, I did not find that blue keycard. Maybe I'll find it in the next live stream. So I had a bit of a chat with Victor and Chad, and thank you both for watching the live stream, and anybody else who watched as well. Chat has pointed out to me that there was an issue with the live chat, so if anybody did leave a comment and their comment did not show up, my apologies. Like I wouldn't like to think that you thought that I was ignoring anybody or anything, so just want to say if you have left a comment and it didn't show up, my apologies for that. So I just want to say thank you to all who watched. So yeah, I had a nice little chat with my subs and viewers, which is always good. Bit of gaming news there. Movie news. And a massive discussion on classic game consoles and my little idea for a game console. I think it's fucking crazy. I like it so much. Just make it happen, Nintendo 64 Mini, 10 classic N64 games and 5, let's just make 5 never before played N64 games, brand new sequels. Make it happen, and make Super Mario Odyssey Sunshine happen, where you're getting a sequel to both Odyssey and Sunshine. Make it happen. So yeah, it's been a good stream, gotta say, it's been a good stream. And yeah, so thank you to all who watched, and a massive shout out to Prochronics Vlogz, Chad Middleton, Aidan Benson, Milkman the Gamer, Damien and Alan Sewell, Animation Time and Sonic Studio. Thank you to all who watched. I am now going to go into the land of sleep. And kind of just say to anybody who's actually like watching this right now, like in the when it's uploaded onto YouTube, can I just say thank you so much, really, because that means so much to me, that somebody would like no, it's cool if you fast forward, don't worry. But if anybody actually watched this for the full 2 hours and 15 minutes and 44 plus seconds, let me just say thank you so much, because that would be absolutely like insane. And I just want to say that, like, so like I'm talking to like somebody in the future basically right now. I'm talking to the future right now. But literally, I'm talking to the future right now. Chad, you're back. Welcome back, Chad. I am literally ending the live chat right now. But I was just saying there. Imagine if somebody was actually watching this video like in the future, like when it gets uploaded onto YouTube. Let's say like in a week's time, a month's time, hell, a year's time, and imagine they watched it for the entire like 2 hours and 17 minutes. I was just gonna say like thank you so much to anybody who would. That would be possibly. He probably would. No, I've actually been made aware of just amazing support that I get on my channel, and it's just crazy. Like I've been made aware of, like, particularly my buddy Damien, Sewell, and again a shout out to my buddy Damien Sewell. Like he watches my live streams like after they've been uploaded, and he'd go back and watch them again, and sometimes it just takes me back to the level of support that I get from my subs. It's like I don't think that people actually do that. It doesn't hit me. Like it's just like damn, you're actually watching my streams after they've been uploaded. I'm like, it's just so cool. So yeah, I was just saying to anybody who anybody in the future who's watching this, like, thank you so much. So yeah, I really should end this live stream, otherwise it will be like 3 o'clock in the morning and I'll just be rambling on about this and rambling on about that. But chat, all I can say is let's hope that Nintendo announced the Sega, Jesus Christ. Let's hope that Nintendo announced the Nintendo 64 Mini with 10 classic N64 games and 5 brand new N64 games, including Super Mario 64 2. And let's hope that Super Mario Odyssey Sunshine gets announced, where Mario and Co go on a vacation, but they realise that Bowser has blocked the sun and Mario has to travel through all the kingdoms to recover shines to bring the sunshine back to the world. I want the GameCube, Game Boy Mini. And we kind of got that already though, didn't we? They literally, it was called the Game Boy Micro. So I think they kind of got there first. I think they kind of got there before, maybe about 15 years early. So I think that's pretty much the same thing. Although I think it was a Game Boy Advanced Micro. I don't know which one it was, but yeah, I see what you mean. It's they could do so much, but the thing I want to focus on. Well, I've already focused on that too long, and I will end now after I say this. But the thing that I've been focusing on now for a long time is the fact that we played Game Boy games. All of us. We played Tetris, we played Pokemon, we played all these great games before. It's not like we haven't played those games, and it's not like we don't have access to those games, So the point is, maybe developers shouldn't focus on the classic games as such. Maybe they should focus on releasing brand new games for those systems. And my throat is as dry as a cactus right now. So I'm literally going to end the live stream right now, and I'm going to get some sleep. And yeah, so thank you so much for watching, Chad and Victor, and to anybody else who may have watched. And a shout out to Prochronics, Vlogz, Chad Middleton, Aidan Denston, Milkman the Gamer, Damien and Alan Animation Time and Sonic Studio. I think I fucked up that shout out there. I don't know, but anyway, shout out to all of you, and good night. I will see you in the next live stream. Thank you for watching.